Okay, today is the 4th of November and thought I'd just do a little update of what I've been working on. No idea whether I'm actually going to make anything of this, but as from yesterday, let's have a look, see what I've done. So, I've got my tanks and I've got a whole army coming towards me there, but I'll leave that for now. And what have I got? So, we can move, we had that yesterday. The little red ball is just a guide, and if we click on a single troop, now the AI will follow and chase the individual. I've also included a function now to padlock, so we can lock on and it will automatically follow that enemy. If I undo the padlock, then that stops. So let's just lock onto him again. Oops. Padlock. Okay, maybe a slight glitch going on there, but never mind. Maybe I need to... there we go. So I just need us to unselect. I've also got an unselect in now, so if I undo the padlock, select the troops, if I want to unselect, then I just right click and that goes. One cool little thing today, which I've put in, is holding down the right mouse button rotates around. So I thought that was kind of helpful, although I've got the transparency effect going on through the two cameras and the render to texture. I thought that helps a little bit. Now, the other thing which I've managed to implement is multiplying. So if I select I've got 16 tanks here, and I've got to get rid of that padlock and go to the multiply. What will happen is that the combined troops will in a way be energizing, and where the sphere is, once it hits 100, then it will multiply. So each troop, or each unit as it were, is contributing one single measure kind of unit of energy. So if there was only one, then only one would be, it would go up 1 second, so it'd take 100 seconds for the troops to multiply. What we have here is 16, so it takes whatever 100 seconds divided by 16 is to multiply. But as we get more troops being spawned, and I will change the colour so it will multiply, and this will go up exponentially. So I'm just going to go away and move these guys around. So yeah, I've got the locking on, I've got the troops multiplying. If I send these guys to away, then they will stop, they won't increase that count anymore. And it looks like my guys have just gone and annihilated everyone. But these will carry on reproducing. Now eventually what I will do is I'll put a limit, and I think something like the limit will be done by let's say a total amount of energy in the world, so it can only sustain a certain amount of enemies or tanks. And then if you get experience, so I have got an experience counter, so each time one of the enemies is shot or destroyed, then you get XP for that. So when you've destroyed a certain amount of enemies, then it will allow you to build more features, and that's some of the things which will be coming here. So I've got this research tab which I haven't implemented yet, so this will research in a similar way to Megalomania new technologies, and then the build tab will allow for all that. I think one of these tabs is probably going to go, I think the firing tab, because they automatically fire. I don't know whether that's needed. What I may have here is an upgrade one as well. So if I, let's say, select a whole bunch of these enemies and it's just idle, and I want to get them to be a bit more beefy for for battle, then what I may do is then which will work on increasing the resistance, the battle damage. So there'll be a fair few things you can upgrade there. So size of the tank, the damage it can take, because at the moment the enemy isn't firing. So that's pretty much everything which I've kind of done today. So the rotation, the enemies multiplying. So that will start off, you'll have, in the same way to Megalomania, you'll have a limited amount of resources, and you can start to put them into multiplying, and to be able to multiply then you've got more resources later on, or you may need to kind of attack early on. It depends on what's going on. You can see that these are going to start popping. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause this recording for a second and see within, let's say, a couple of minutes to see how much they multiplied. Okay, I think I've left it for about 2 minutes, and due to the nav mesh they're going a little bit bananas. So you can see how quickly they're multiplying now. So all the ones that are green I just selected. In fact, let's do that again. So once it gets to a point, it's checking every second or so how much kind of it's built up, and as we can see now it's getting to the point where there must be at least 300 or 400 now. For it to be popping up about 3 a second means there's got to be at least 300, 400 now. So that's why we're going to need a cap. But so if I left that guy there, it's going to take him a whole 100 seconds to spawn himself a friend. I have no idea on how much this is going to those guys off, kind of bog down the system, but seems to be not too bad at the moment. So that's it really. That's the progress that I've made today.